Hi, I know we're in some uncharted waters, and I'm here to encourage you to be safe and stay healthy. And if that safe is putting on a mask, staying in the house with your family, then do that because you will do your family some well as your friends, your neighbors, and others are around you. So we're going to say in about 3 months or less, don't you remember when? We're going to look back in some years and say, remember that virus? So I want to encourage you, this too shall pass. Now, in saying, I have some marketing information to give you. So I want you to stay tuned. Jacqueline with eXp Realty, a way to your new home, keeping you current on matters that concerns you. There are many reasons indicating as to why our market is not heading in the same direction as it was in 2008. Now, I have various visual aids that will help me to help you understand as to why we are not heading in that direction. So stay plugged in, stay connected as we go through this process together. I have 5 areas to bring to your attention, and number 1 is the mortgage rates. The mortgage rates are not like they were back then. During the housing bubble, it wasn't difficult in getting a mortgage. Now, today, the reins are a little tighter, are tough to be qualified. Not saying that you cannot, but the banks are not working as sloppy as they were in the past. See, the higher the index rate, the easier it is to get a loan. Now today the index rate is low. So let's take a look at this chart. As you can see, in 2004, it just skyrocketed. It just went up high. And then in 2008, how it started dropping and dropping and dropping. And then as you can see that we're on a level plane now. So we're nothing like where we were in 2008. Number 2, prices. Prices are not soaring out of control as they were then. Now, the next chart I'm about to show you will show you where the appreciation from the past 6 years leading up to the crash and the current 6 years from 2014 to 2019 where we were not nothing. But now appreciation is still strong, but however, it's not as it was way back then. So let's look at this chart. So you see in 2005 all the way up, from 2000 to 2005, you see leading up to the crash. Look how it soared up there. Now from 2014 to 2019, now look at it. We're nothing near there. So rest assured, we're still stable. Number 3, inventory. We are not in a surplus. We're in a shortage. Whenever we have 6 months of inventory on the market, then we are in a overabundance, which causes the prices to depreciate. Anything less than that, prices appreciate. So there in 2007, we had too many homes on the market, which caused our market to tumble, in which it did. So now let's look at this chart. Now this shows here where the month. So in 2007, we have 8.2 homes that was in the market. Now today we have 3.1. So we're not in a surplus, we're in a shortage. Number 4, purchasing power. I still have people come to me today and they say, Jacqueline, prices are too high. So let's take a look at this a little further. Now, there are 3 major components when purchasing a home. There's the price of the home, the borrower's earnings of the borrower, and number 3, the mortgage rate at the time. So now 14 years ago, let's look at what was happening at that time. Now the prices were high, wages were low, and God forbid that it was 6%, the rates were 6% and more. they were skyrocketed as well. So now let's look at what's happening today. Today is still high, prices are still high, income, wages has increased, and guess what? The rates are 3.5%. So an average family will spend less of their income on their mortgage than they did back then. So now let's take a look at this chart. I just want you to look at it. Now you do the math. There's a vast difference, wouldn't you say? I would say there is. Number 5, the last one, equity. People are equity rich. They're not tapped out. And here's what I mean. Previously, they would use their home as a personal ATM. And as soon as equity was built, then they would immediately pull it out like a cash register. Now, therefore, since the crash, they're not pulling out, homeowners are not pulling their equity out as fast, which causes now the prices to rise at a nice pace. So when they were pulling out, then the home prices were falling, then value was falling, and then we found ourselves in the situation we were in 2007. So now let's take a look at this chart. So from 2005 to 2007, look what was happening then. How they were pulling out their money. Now look what's happening now in our time now. Now you tell me, from 17, 18, 19. Now you do the math again. Nothing like we were once upon a time. The bottom line is this. If you're concerned that the same thing is happening that led to the crash, review the charts and you will see that the present housing economy is like apples from oranges. Well, anyway, if this information was helpful, request a copy of the transcript. Bye for now.